Hey guys, how's everybody doing? Looks like my camera's a little off key. I guess I'll just move over. Might be easier. Might be a little easier. Happy Friday. It's a gorgeous day here in the Pacific Northwest. We're supposed to get up to 100 degrees on Sunday. If you're tuning in from somewhere else in the country and that's light for you, I get it. But remember, when we're used to 70 degrees, 100 degrees is pretty intense for us. So we'll survive it. It'll be fun. We'll keep our grass watered. We'll do good. Let's go ahead and get started. Let's go left to right. Ooh, that feels good today. All right, let's turn it. And up and down. All right, guys. Arms out in front, wrist bent back. Pull those arms in, wrist bent down, back and forth. Big flex and extension on those wrists. In the shadows today is Lynn, stretching along with us. She's not ready for camera time yet. She said she doesn't want to take all the stardom away from me. Good. Let's bring those arms in and make fists and big circles with those wrists. Double check you're not flipping those hands over when you make those circles. Keep those palms pointing down. Finite circles in that wrist joint. And switch directions. Palms up. Scoop those towards the face. Bring them in and throw them away. Palm scoop and throw. I need this today after yesterday's Tabata. Excellent. From here, we're going to pinch those shoulders and round them out. Arms extended out. High, low. Bring those fingers towards each other. Back out and to the other side. Well, we are going to do some stretches on the ground today. So make sure you have some comfortable carpet or a mat or a blanket you can lay down on. Or if you don't feel like going to the ground, take your tablet in and do this in the bedroom. You can do some of these stretches lying on the bed. You can even take a nap if you want. Shrug one shoulder up, roll it all the way over, roll it back and down. And if you're all concerned or wondering, yes, I always put sunscreen on before I come out here. It's on my backpack. Let's switch sides. Good. From here, big circles. And switch. Excellent. We're going to rotate shoulders over hips right at the rib cage. Try to keep those hips still and just twist up top here. Good. Hands on hips. Hip circles. Is it magic? Is it a magic school bus? Seeing school buses around here is very awkward since everybody's on online learning. It's probably here to pick you up. Switch directions. It's a donation. Sounds good. All right, guys. Grab that strap, belt, towel, strap of some kind. Anything you can get a hold of that gives you some distance spacing outside those shoulders. And we'll go up and back. Well, what are you doing standing here for? Then go get us food. I'll show you pictures after. Yep. One more. Oh, big one. Let's hold this one back there. And bring it forward. Drop one arm behind the head with the strap. Reach and grab at the low back. Use the low hand to pull down. Pull that upper arm. Tuck it up back behind the head. Make sure when you do this pull, no matter where your flexibility is, we're really fighting to sit up tall and straight through our back. We're not allowing this to hunch us over or pull us out of good posture. Good. From here, let's go opposite. Let's take that high hand and pull that strap up, tucking that low arm up and under. Once you have it tucked, you can bring the strap over your shoulder to relax that high arm. Again, sitting up tall, big deep breaths into the rib cage. Bring that strap back up and then move through those motions a few times, up and down. Good. We're going to let go of the bottom hand, replace the top hand, then replace the bottom hand on that strap. Again, starting by pulling down and tucking that high arm up. What's that? Could be. Not at Susan's house, though. Good. Switch that. High arm lifts that strap up. Tuck that arm up and under your shoulder blade. And bring it around to rest. Again, in this one, get a couple good deep breaths. Expand your ribs. Let that stretch sink in more. Good. Bring that high arm up and move through that motion a few times. Good. Let's go ahead and remove a hand. We're going to reposition that strap behind our backs, grabbing pinky to pinky, palms forward, closer together. They don't have to be touching, but closer together. Then pull your shoulder blades back and punch those arms down. You should feel that chest poke up in the air. Those rib cages should be out. And then we're going to take our arms and move them back away from our body into that stretch. Again, while you're in this stretch, open up those ribs by taking some deep breaths. Good. From here, we're going to sit those hips back. We're going to push them back behind us until we can get our upper body parallel to the ground, and then bring those arms up into those shoulder sockets. Bring those arms down and hips back up. Done with the strap. Set that strap to the side. And we are going to use a wall or a chair. We're going to put it on our side. Doesn't matter what side you start on. Just make sure you're relatively close to that chair so you have it for some balance or support, or close to that wall. My right leg is facing the chair, so my left leg's on the outside, and I'm going to swing it around the front and touch it down on the other side. From here, I'm going to push those hips backwards again. So really sitting those hips deep. Let me give you a side profile there. So I'm pushing back, 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 back. My hips are leaving my ankles and bringing my body weight down towards the ground. Depending on your flexibility, you may not get to reach the ground, and that's okay. Just keep pushing deep into those hips. That leg that's behind should be feeling the stretch. Bring those hips back up underneath you. Legs are staying crossed. That hand you have on the chair or by the chair, you're going to take the opposite. So it's my right foot and my left hand. I'm going to squat down. I'm going to grab a hold. My shin if you can. But the shoe, the back of the shoe, your pant leg, if you have a little less flexibility in that quadricep. And pull that leg up into that quadricep stretch, which feels pretty magnificent. Especially if you've taken the last two tough classes this week. Your quads and glutes are probably feeling a little like they worked. Good. We're going to take and release that foot and let it come around to the front and lift it back up again above the knee. You can use that hand again to hold it up above the knee. I'll give you a profile. I'm going to flatten my back out and sit back into my hips. So those hips should go way past that foot, sitting way deep and down to get into that hip joint. Good. Push that hip back underneath. Set that foot down. We're going to move our chair to the other side. Again, just treating that thing so it's close for your balance purposes. Cross the outside foot over and push those hips back behind. Good. Bring those hips back underneath. Reach down to that leg that's behind. Pull it on up into that quad stretch. Sit up tall. Good. Release that foot. Bring it around to the front, above the knee. Flatten that back and sit back into your hips. Good. Bring those hips back underneath us. I'm going to turn that chair around to face us. Space your feet out a little bit as you face that chair and bring one foot up into that chair. Make sure once you get that foot up that your hips aren't opening. You want to keep those hips nice and closed. Turn them in towards that foot that's in the chair. Straighten your back. Tilt those hips slightly and bring that chest forward. Double check while you're in this stretch that those hips are still closed off and you're getting the best hamstring stretch you can. Good. Bring those hips back underneath. We're going to turn ourselves sideways with that same leg that we just had up towards the chair and put it right back in the same position. This time we're sideways to the chair. And again, keeping our spine straight. We're going to tilt those hips slightly behind us. And then we're going to lean towards that leg that's up in the chair. We should move from the hamstring underneath the leg now to the inside of the thigh, to our adductor region. Good, bring those hips back underneath you. You can pull your foot down if you need. Facing that chair one more time. Same foot goes up, this time flat. Reach down and get the arms or the back of the chair. Straighten out that back foot. And sink those hips down into that chair. Once you're sunk down in, sit up tall. Good. With those hands on the handles again, we're going to pick our hips up and we're going to sit them back behind us and then slide your body weight forward over that leg. Good. Bring those hips back underneath and push yourself back off the chair. We're going to do our other leg now. Put that opposite leg up in the chair. Make sure those hips are squared off. Straighten your back. Tilt those hips back and bring that chest forward. Remember, if you're stretching on your own, static or isometric stretching like this, we're trying to hold for around 30 seconds per stretch to make sure the body can actually react and give us the stimulus we want for lengthening and loosening of that muscle. Good, bring those hips back up underneath. Sideways, same leg up, same straight back. Tilt those hips and lean towards that leg that's up in the chair. Good. Collect your hips back underneath. Turn to face the chair one more time. Foot up flat. Hands down in front. Straighten that bottom foot before sinking those hips down into the chair. And sit up nice and tall. Elongate and stretching that leg that's back behind you to get into the hip flexor. Let's pick those hips up. Push them back behind us. Slide your body weight forward. Good. Bring that hip forward and push yourself off. So, hopefully you have a mat or something around you. I'm going to move those chairs off to the side. I'm going to start on our mat. First and foremost, just go ahead and sit down. Let's sit out on our mat. Those legs extended out in front. From this position, get those toes to sit up right next to each other, pointing straight up. Don't let them roll out. Nice and straight. We're going to bring ourselves towards those feet. Depending how flexible are, you may or may not be able to reach your feet. That's okay. You can use your shins. Keep those toes side by side and bring yourself forward. Good. Sit yourself back up. And we're going to take one leg. I'm going to lift it and cross it over the other leg. So this is my right leg that's up. I'm going to put my right arm down on the ground, just a little bit behind me. And I'm going to take my left arm and I'm going to put it outside of my right leg. Once I'm in this position, I'm going to use my left arm to create leverage, and I'm going to let it pull and twist me opposite. So I'm twisting myself to the right. Good. Untwist yourself. Now while this leg is in this position, I'm going to grab with either my hands. I'm going to use my forearms, and I'm going to pull this up into my chest. This time as I pull, I'm also going to twist to the right one more time. So this time, pulling my leg up, it should move that stretch down into my hip, away from my spine. Still remember to keep that spine straight, sitting up nice and tall. Good, relax that. We're gonna take that leg, we're gonna bring it out straight again. We'll switch sides. Other leg's over. Opposite arm crosses. That same side posted out. Use that arm to push into that leg and twist you around that corner. Go and untwist yourself. Grab a hold of that leg. Pull it up into your chest. And again, twist that same direction while pulling that leg up. Good. Go and relax that. Take those legs back out straight. And we're going to bring them out wide. Not as wide as you can, but wide. Still working on keeping that straight back. I want you to twist and turn yourself towards one of those legs. And just like we did over both legs, bring yourself forward over that leg. Sit yourself up. I'm going to turn so my shoulders are facing more towards the opposite leg now, but I'm still going to work on this right leg. And I'm going to put my right hand on my right leg. I'm going to bring my left hand up in the air, and I'm going to bring it up and over. So you're going to lean up over your head towards that right leg again, but this time to the side, stretching those arms out and opening up your ribs and lat. Bring yourself back up. And immediately now just go right over that left leg because you should be facing that way. Bring that back up. Facing to the right. Go up and over towards the left. and bring it back up. All right, I'm gonna spin around so I'm lengthwise to my mat. And I'm gonna just kind of hold on to my knees a little bit here. I'm just gonna roll back onto my back. Once I'm on my back, from here, my arms all the way. And then I'm going to take the left and I'm going to pull it a little bit more to the out towards my shoulder. So don't let your stomach and ribs hold that leg just the outside. Okay, take a pressure off that. I'm going to take our right hand, I'm going to pull my left knee across the middle. I'm going to take my left arm and stick it all the way out to the side. I'm going to pull that leg across, letting that spine rotate, but keeping both shoulders on the ground. So I want to keep that arm stretched out straight. Good. From here, I'm going to bring that leg back up to the middle. And again, bring it right up to join it and hug and let that low back relax and round. Then we're going to slide that left leg out, extend it out straight, pull that right leg to the outside of the ribs, up towards that shoulder. Relax a little of that pressure. Grab to the outside of that right leg with your left hand. Extend that right arm out and pull that leg across the middle. Again, keep those shoulders down. Good, let's bring one more time. Tuck both legs up and in for one more hug. From this position, bring those feet up into the air. It's okay if those knees are bent. We want them to be bent. We put our arms on the insides of our legs, but I want you to reach your hands to the outside of your feet. Okay, so inside my knees, but on the pinky side of my shoes or feet. From here, I'm going to use my arms to pull my knees down, straight down towards the ground on the outside of my ribs. If you're a yoga person, this is the happy baby pose. From here, bring those feet towards the center so they're touching. And then you're going to pull those feet down towards the center, kind of like you're pulling them towards your belly button. Good, we're going to relax our hands and put our feet down. From here, we're just going to roll over onto our stomach. Now, depending on your flexibility here, you're either going to do this from your forearms or your hands, but keeping those toes on the ground, either your hands or your forearms. We're going to push our chest up off the ground, keeping our hips pressed into the floor. Pull your shoulders back and your chest up. From this stretch, go ahead and pick those hips up, and we're going to push those hips back towards our heels and let those arms stay out in front of us. You can put your forehead down onto the ground if you like and extend those arms out away. We're going to lift those hips up and walk those hands in until we're on all fours. From this position, I want you to let your low back sink down in and your hips start to go back. Then pinch those shoulder blades down and in and pull your chin back and in. So everything's pinched back. Take a deep breath. Take another deep breath. And this time on our exhale, we're going to go opposite everything. So bring those hips underneath and our shoulders round away and our chin down towards our chest and exhale it all out. Once you're completely tucked and rounded, take another deep breath. Exhale it out. Take a second deep breath. And we're going to drop back into all that pinch. Arc your low back. Pinch your shoulders. Tuck that chin back. Deep breath. Exhale. Deep breath. And round it. Take a deep breath. Exhale. One more deep breath. And just exhale back to level. From this position, we're going to walk our hands to the left. I'm going to allow myself to bend at my spine as I walk around that corner, opening up my ribs again. Stand level with my hips. Don't sit back towards the heels. Walk it back to center. And then again to our right. Back to center. Good. We're going to go ahead and sit up. And from here, we'll stand up. All right. Let's get some movement, stretch in. Let's take that right hand up. And once it's up there, get it even higher. Even if you have to lean into those ribs, open it all up here, stretching that arm away from you. Pull that arm over your head. So as I'm pulling, I'm starting to lean, and I'm opening up those ribs even more until I really can't lean much more. So I'm going to pull that arm across until it can pass my face and is hanging down my side. From here, push those hips back behind you. And then shift to the other side of the body. Push those hips back under you. We should be hanging still. And roll that shoulder back and sit yourself up straight. We're going to switch arms. Left goes up, 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 over. Lean it over your head, straight over your head. And then pull that arm across your face until it can hang down at the side. Push those hips back. Swing across. Engage those hips underneath you. Roll that shoulder and sit up. Let's flow with that now. Right side up, over and across. Push those hips back as you hang. Swing to the other side. Engage the hips under and roll everything back up, left up. Over and across till it hangs. Hips go back. Swing across. Hips go under and pull it back and straight. Arms up, down and scoop. Push it away. Go up. Lean back. Exhale to the ground. This time, lace the fingers together. Breathe in. Flip those hands over. Exhale out. Stretch those fingers and forearms. Breathe in, up. Lean back. Exhale to the ground, releasing the fingers. Scoop in again. Push it out. Left arm opens and rotate that spine. Exhale to center. Right side. Exhale. Up. Lean. Let's do that one more time. Out. In. Fill those ribs. Push it all out. Open. Exhale, close. Open. Exhale, closed. And up. Hold this one, extend high and back for 3, 2, bring it all out and shake it all out. Oh, guys, that was a good one. It was a beautiful day for a beautiful stretch. I appreciate everybody's time. I hope you feel great. I hope if you're living up in this area, you stay cool and calm from the heat. If you're living somewhere else with heat, stay cool and calm. Stay stretched, stay active. From Seven Summits Lodge Trilogy, it's Holly. I appreciate your time. You guys have a great day.
Are these your personal wipes or are these theirs?
Mine.
Oh.
For this.